Hi, this is Luke with One Tone Sonic Alchemy, and it's a beautiful day in early June right now, and you can see people starting to open back up again after this long winter we've had here on the East Coast. So I wanted to talk to you today about sound baths and take a look at it from the practitioner side and also the recipient side. So sometimes you get asked, what is a sound bath? And what I always say is it's a yoga studio, or rather a yoga class, where you don't have to do anything. Now, that only scratches the surface, just barely, but it gives you an idea of where to start. It's a yoga class related to this world of spiritual practice that you approach in yoga by use of poses and breath work and certain lifestyle choices. With a sound bath, the requirements are much, much slimmer. All you have to do is show up and relax. All you have to do is just be present and then just lie back. You can go to sleep. Sometimes people get up and dance. That takes it in the other direction. I've had sound baths where people just get up and they just move and groove and just do what they please. Very often, most of the time, people just lie back and might even go to sleep. And snore, that's okay. Snore away. So I wanted to address something. There was a post I saw on Facebook a little while ago in one of these sound practitioner groups where the person was saying that they had done a sound bath and afterwards someone who was there came up to them and said they were disturbed and distracted because other people in the sound bath were snoring and that they felt like it took them out of the experience. And I think this is a really great thing to bring up because what do you do when you experience unexpected sound in an environment? How can we best handle this as a practitioner but also as a recipient? Because when you're a sound practitioner, you want to have the best possible space with as few interruptions as possible to play within. But even then, you cannot personally control the entire field. It's just not going to happen. So it's about recognizing you are in the field. And when you do a sound bath, that is to say, when you facilitate a sound bath, what you're doing is you're actually setting the space as much as possible and then bringing yourself to the field. And you put forth into the field what you want to see there. And then it's going to harmonize with what's in the field. And your intention, that is. Your intention will harmonize with what's in the field. And the field is really where the sound bath occurs. And then from the recipient side as well, your intention will be probably to relax, and maybe you're sorting out some inner things, you're doing some inner work at the same time. A sound bath is a great place to do inner work. It's essential. And even then, you will experience sounds or you will hear things that you might not have expected to hear. To give another example, right here where we have our sound studio on East Avenue, Rochester, you can hear the sound of traffic outside. And sometimes that includes roaring fleets of motorcycles. And it would be unreasonable for me to, every time that happens, just say, oh, those motorcycles, knock it off. You can't do that. You have to work with it. So what do? One thing I've done is when the motorcycles go past, I'll do a big swell on the gong. Because what does the motorcycle sound like? The motorcycle's like, right? And what does the gong sound like? It's the same spirit if you know where to find it. Or if somebody snores, that's a sign that their body is so tuned in and so relaxed that the conscious mind is away and the body's natural healing forces are working. And that's what you really want. In fact, if I was at a sound bath and people around me are snoring, and it's happened before, I'm like, great, that's wonderful for them. If I'm facilitating, I feel amazing hearing people snore. It's the only sound-based activity. I'm a musician, and a lot of times musicians want you to pay attention to them and pay attention to what they're playing. But if I'm doing a sound bath and everybody falls asleep, that's the best. No one's paying attention particularly to me. And that may be a real underlying fundamental to practicing the sound bath, but also receiving the sound bath, is that I need to know and believe that it isn't about me. My role is I am a vessel. I'm a conduit for the sound. And the sound is an expression of some higher truth, some higher force, which if you know how to bring it down into the human realm and then you transmute it outward, that's how you most effectively give a quality sound experience. It isn't about, look at me, look at my amazing knowledge of music, look at how good I am at this instrument. Leave that back behind. Leave that somewhere else. Leave it when you take your shoes off. Leave it there. It's just like you have to put your shoes on. We need to put your shoes on to go out into the world and do what we need to do in order to survive. But when you come to a sound bath, or when you come to the sonorium, you can just take that off for a second. Just leave it behind and just stretch out and just be yourself. And you don't have to be anything for anybody else. You don't have to be something that you're not. You can just be. That's just a little bit about the fundamentals of sound baths. And I want to give you guys a view of that from the practitioner side as well as the recipient side. And the last thing I'll say is that even as a practitioner, you're still a recipient, because listening is a passive, vulnerable, neutral sensation. You can hear things that are behind you. You can hear things from a great distance and from close up. And the way that sound reaches us has a lot to do with memory and personal associations. Your favorite song might not mean the same things to someone else as it does to you. And this is really the primacy of experience that we go for when we use the sound itself in the sound bath. So I hope this was informative to somebody. I hope that maybe this answered a question or just helped you along on your journey in some way. As always, check us out on onetone.one, and remember, all notes are in the one. Catch you next time.